On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
So we were in love. We weren't thinking about marriage. And she didn't meet the qualifications, not because she was a bad person. It's because my experience in the feds made me value certain things that people in the regular world don't value, which is someone's word, which is someone's courtesy. Because if you say the wrong thing to somebody and you treat someone wrong, that could be your life. That's your life in prison. Somebody could hurt, you could get stabbed because you didn't do certain things, right? Mm-hmm. Or you conduct yourself a different way. So I believe when I left prison, I became a little bit more rigid in regards to showing leniency for things I would let slide in the beginning, right? And when you deal with women, you have to be able to be lenient. You can't be too rigid, but I became too rigid. So that was my personal account for that. What does this woman want if she's going to take all this stuff from you? Like, where's her intentions? I agree with you, but I'm also letting you know sometimes it's not about the woman. It's that man's ego. He wants to feel like he can do anything and change a person's life. Everybody has this, I call it the pretty woman complex. You saw the movie or the Broadway play when he sees a woman, she was a escort, and he just wanted to change her life to the point that she got confused. Like, why are you doing it? Am I deserving? People like that feeling of that God-like feeling. Some people spend money on females they don't even know and care about, and other people wear pink robes. It's a God-like feeling. It's just a God-like feeling that you get.
Well, I do disagree with one thing that you said. I think we all cast judgments. I think we all judge. I think that's something obvious that we do. But I think as a woman, if I am dating a man who is irresponsible with his money, for me, I wouldn't go there. I think it's foolish. If you blow $20,000 in the strip club, I don't care how much you have. I am running the other direction and fast. That's me personally. I don't find it attractive. I find it foolish because when I'm thinking about, if you're a marriage-minded woman, you're thinking about your future. And then you're thinking about not just right now, you want kids. You just blew college tuition. That's wild to me. So that's just the way I look at it. That it's like, and even if a guy can splurge on me once in a while, at some point it has to be like, okay, this is not what we need if we're going to build together.
Right.
That's my mindset.
And Ariel, I want to back up with you too, because I agree with something that you said as far as do we have to ask? If some things that we need is not financial, it's emotional. And it's also stuff even around the house. Like if I'm worthy, I would, does that mean he's going to take out the trash every day? Sometimes I might have to ask. It doesn't mean that I'm not worthy of it. If I'm talking about my husband, but those little things get missed out. Sometimes you got to tell him, put the toilet seat down, sir. I didn't ask you 5 times today. So you gotta make sure you pick up your socks, so those kind of things. Doesn't mean I'm not worthy, but we're human, men are men. And
yes. And we have different priorities.
Right.
Like I know my husband, his cleaning priorities are low on the list because there's other things up there. So he's worried about other things. And then by the time it gets to washing the dishes, that's the last thing on the list, and it's the least important. But I have to ask, like, hey, I'm tired. Can you just get it this, tonight or whatever? Mm-hmm. So not having to ask is if somebody thinks that they're living in a reality that I don't know about.
No, it's not reality. You're going to have to ask them.
Yeah. All right, you guys, you're just tuning in. Welcome to Lapeef, Let's Talk. We definitely appreciate you guys sitting in tonight. This is the greatest show ever. Make sure you guys get them likes up. Get them likes up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel while you at it. It was a great first topic, man. It was peaceful, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, I think I heard some shots fired.
No shots.
It's all right. It's okay. We take those. We rub those off.
Okay.
We're good with that. Lennon feels phenomenal.
All right, you guys. I always got that bonus thing to throw in, that bonus thing. So we're going to discuss this real quick. Bonus question is, can a person ever be the same in relationships after prison?
Oh, snaps. I can't answer that question.
Can a person ever be the same in relationships after prison?
Can I answer that?
Because I kind of want to put a little bit of context around it, though. We often have women that may wait on men And when they come out, we also have some women that are in prison as well, and you may not even know them, and they come out and you guys have a team relationship. But I do know some of these questions that I bring up is just different experiences, people I talk to, things I may hear, and it becomes a situation because people go in there and they come back and they're not the same person and they change. So I just want to ask this question real quick. Can a person ever be the same in a relationship after prison? Go ahead, King.
So I definitely want to talk on that because I actually did that time, So, my story is a little bit different, going from Brownsville, Brooklyn, to going to Ivy Leagues and going to Boston College for 3 degrees, and then traveling the world and getting indicted after I ran for city council in Brooklyn. My story is a little bit different from everybody else. So I speak from a place of, dealing with people who are gang related, to dealing with real estate developers that deal with monetizing low income housing tax credits. So I'm a real well-versed man. So when I did my time, I actually had a woman that was very committed and faithful to me during my bid. It was a short bid. I was only responsible for allegedly, I still say no, but allegedly taking millions from the school that I actually got my master's from. So, and this is all public information, so you can look it up. I deal with truth and transparency. She held me down, and when I came home, we had an agreement in regards to how we're going to have a relationship. And dealing with the underworld and dealing with men who have certain powers in politics, there's certain oaths and codes that you go by. And it's an honor system, believe it or not, amongst criminals and politicians, amongst fraternity members, gang members. It's an honor system. I know people might say it's not because of the stigma that we have, but it's an honor system. So when a woman gives me her word and she doesn't keep it, then things change. In any relationship, when you love somebody, it's not saying you love them, it's saying I'm willing to grow with you. Every day you wake up, you might not be the same person that you were yesterday. It's evolution, it's a growth, right? But unfortunately, the person you love might not be the person that wants to grow with you, and you have to respect that. Me, I remain the same. I'm very transparent. This is what I want from a relationship. If you want a marriage, then we have different qualifications. Because I always believe that love and marriage are not synonymous, but they can coexist. So we were in love. We weren't thinking about marriage. And she didn't meet the qualifications, not because she was a bad person. It's because my experience in the feds made me value certain things that people in the regular world don't value, which is someone's word, which is someone's courtesy. Because if you say the wrong thing to somebody and you treat someone wrong, that could be your life. That's your life in prison. Somebody could hurt, you could get stabbed because you didn't do certain things, right? Or you conduct yourself a different way. So I believe when I left prison, I became a little bit more rigid in regards to showing leniency for things I would let slide in the beginning, right? And when you deal with women, you have to be able to be lenient. You can't be too rigid, but I became too rigid. So that was my personal